Hi, I'm Jessi Allender, registered dietitian, professional chef from years gone by, avid home cook these days, and full-time working and stay-at-home mom during the COVID-19 lockdown. Today is June 5th, 2020, and there's so much going on these days. I'm in Chicago. Life here is complicated. I need to say that I am praying for the family of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and that Black Lives Matter, and no lives matter until Black Lives Matter. And today is Friday, and my family is celebrating Shabbat. So how we do that in our house, one of the ways we do that is most weeks, not last week, we make challah, and I'm making challah. And I think I've made challah on my YouTube channel before, but I'm making challah today, and today I'm at the point where I'm going to knock down the dough and braid it. So here's my bowl that I made the dough in. Here it is, rising over the top. I hadn't even looked at it. Oh my goodness, it really went over the top. Look at that. So here we go. I'm going to get that back in the bowl. Back in the bowl, back in the bowl. That was Steve Martin I'm channeling from Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, I think. Back in the bowl. Of course, that was talking about a toilet. I remember that scene. So I'm going to punch this down. The dough is nice and loose. It's full of eggs and honey, rich and sweet, some olive oil. Getting all of that in there. I'm going to use my dough scraper to get it out of the bowl and onto my clean dry counter with no flour on it. I oil the bowl before I put the dough in. It's hard to talk. For me, it's hard to talk about what's going on. I want to talk about more. I want to talk about systemic racism and the racism that exists, and I want to be the best anti-racist that I can be. As a Jew and as apparently white person, I'm really conflicted about a lot of these things. Not conflicted, but I know I'm seen as a white person, and I know I get white privilege all over the world. Having grown up here in Hyde Park in a black neighborhood, a mostly black neighborhood, a mixed neighborhood with a lot of privilege and a lot of wealthy people here, I struggle with my own identity, and I'm trying to face through that, work through that, and continue my own personal work in Tikun Olam, which means to heal the world, to do my best to make things right. And one of the ways I'm going to do that is I'm going to share my bread today. I'm going to make 4 loaves of bread, and I've got 2 for my family so we can hold 2 together, and 2 for 1 each for 2 friends that I want to share my bread with, to share my love of wholesome cooking. So my bread dough is mostly white flour because that's what my kids like, and then about 1/5 whole wheat flour, and then if I need any flour on this, I'll use whole wheat flour. But here's my dough. I've punched it down. I'm not going to knead it anymore. I'm just going to squish it a little bit. It's really kind of oily. I might just give it a couple of kneads. The way I knead is it's a funny sentence. The way I knead is to do more of a 1,000-layer method. So I'm going to get it there, and then I'm going to squish it flat again. And then I'm going to roll it up again and just keep doing that until I get, it's a little bit too loosey-goosey for me. I think I am going to add a little bit of flour and dry it out a bit. Yeah, okay, let me get the flour.
Mommy,
Yeah, bud.
I want to go in the pantry for something.
So,
Can I have some applesauce?
not right now, bud.
But I need
No, we're not going to do applesauce right now, bud.
I'm
Go back.
hungry.
Okay, you're going to have a snack in a little go back to the show.
Can I help you? Can I help you do the sugar?
The sugar? There's no sugar. It's flour. Sugar. You're my sugar. You're the sugar.
Mommy, I need to do the flour.
Are your hands clean?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Says the 4-year-old. Okay, so I'm going to roll this up again. And then I'm going to turn it onto my flour. Watch out, buddy. Okay, put your hands on it. Good job. I haven't been able to...
Now let's punch it.
Yeah, let's punch it. Let's get some frustration into our bread. That's a good place to put some angry energy. Or just energy. Okay,
now let's roll it up.
Okay, now let's roll it up. Here we go. Help me.
Now let's squish.
Now let's squish it again. We haven't gone to any of the protests. I've gone on Facebook Live. I don't feel comfortable taking my children when there's the threat of police violence and crowd violence, for that matter. Though I'm more suspicious of the police antagonizing.
Now let's roll it again. Now let's roll it again.
Hard to talk about with the 4-year-old, but nope, we're not ready to roll yet. I do talk about it with my 4-year-old, and especially with my 8-year-old. I talk about people and their lives.
That's your side and this is my side.
Yep. And let's switch sides. Let's share.
Yeah. What if I...
Okay.
There. Now it's
Yep.
time to roll it again.
Yep. Now it's time to roll it again.
I can't get closer.
Okay, wait. Oh, did you lose your spool? Okay, there you go.
Now it's...
Now, should we do it again? Okay. Okay, and this is the last time. Okay, and then Mama's going to cut it, and then I'm going to make the challah. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much for your help.
I'm almost done.
Okay. I'm glad you're almost done. Good job. All done. It's all done. Now Mama's going to cut it and braid it. Okay?
Mommy, I want to braid it with you.
Okay.
How are we going to cut it?
Okay, first I'm going to move the flour out of the way. I'm not the most organized braider when it comes to my challah, but first I'm going to get my dough split up into my 4 loaves. So I'm going to cut it in half, put this part aside, and then I'm going to cut this in half and put that part aside. And then I'm going to squish this one down, and I'm actually going to do them this way, and I'm going to cut it. I like to do 3 pieces. Some people do 4, some people do 12. But I'm going to do 3 equal pieces. So there's my middle, so there's a third. And there's another third. And they're not that equal. I find squishing is more helpful than rolling. So squish it, buddy. I've got my trays set up over here. I've got 2, because last time I made 4 loaves, I didn't have enough room on my 1 tray. So I've got 2 trays. Good job, buddy. Do you make challah at school a lot? With all your friends?
Yeah.
When you used to go to school in person?
Yeah, and we didn't make braids.
You didn't make braids? Did you make rolls?
No.
No, what did you make?
We made crumbles.
Crumbles? Okay, so the way I begin my braids is I get my crossovers, and then I braid backwards at the top and tuck under and squish and pinch. And then I look at where I'm at, and I see where my lengths are going. Right? Can you take this one over? Over.
There.
And then take this one over. Good. And then take this one over. Okay. There we go. And then I squish and pinch. Okay, and then I'm going to get it onto my tray. So I'm going to I think I'm going to put 3 on this one, and then I've got this tray as well. So we'll see. Let's see if I do this a little bit. There. Okay, so let's do this next one. First I'm going to make it a little flatter. And I'm purposely cutting a different way from the last time I folded it. Is that about a third? Okay, and about a third. Okay, squish, squish, squish. Or I'll roll it just to change the grain, because that 1,000 layer method, you just keep turning it in different directions, and somebody who's good at, oops, don't pull it apart. Here, try this one. First, okay, then pound it and then squish it. And you know it's okay because dough comes back together. Dough can move back together. I wish the human race could all come back together and be one. And I'm working wherever I can do.
Another way.
Wherever I can do. One of the biggest impacts I have is on my children.
Now we only have one more.
That love is infinite.
Now we have only one more.
Do I teach you that love is infinite?
We
No, that's
only
gonna
have
be two.
one more.
That's going to be 2 when we're done with it. Do I teach you that love is infinite? What do we say when we say our I love yous? I love you more than...
No.
What do we say?
I love you more than basketball.
No. Okay. I'll take it.
And can we do that one? Can
dinner besides challah?
I don't know yet. So there we go.
Mama, can we do that one too?
We're gonna do that one too, but first we have to get these done, right? Will you help me? We put
I said can we do that one?
No, we're gonna make 2 because we're gonna give one to Andrea.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So there, I got that one done.
Does Coco does she need a challah too?
Yeah, she likes to have a challah, and I offered her one because you know what, she does a lot of good stuff for us.
No.
Here, we're gonna cut it in half. Okay, and then we're gonna make 2 challah from it. Okay, so first I'm gonna squish it. Will you help me squish it down? Punch it.
Punch it.
So the first thing I do is I teach my children to love all people.
Mommy, I'm gonna do the cutting right now.
Okay, we got to do it in thirds.
Okay.
Help me, hold it. And one way we do that is when we walk down the street and see somebody on the street, anybody, and they ask a question because children ask
do
questions.
this one.
Okay, here, let's roll it over first. Here, help me roll it. Help me roll it. There we go, good. Now squish it. Whenever we see another human being on the street, if my children are talking about them, I refer to that person as friend. I say, well, that friend or that neighbor. That's one of the ways I like to teach them that love is infinite and love is, every person deserves love and trust. You know, I also teach them to be wary of strangers, of course, and careful on the street and to be respectful and polite. I try to. But, you know, there's different ways to
Now this one.
teach lessons, and I just am doing my best, and well, you know, good job, buddy.
Now we put it in a line.
Yeah.
Is this one gonna be ours?
This one is gonna, I don't know, we'll have to see I don't know, because it's hard to remember once they go in the oven which one was which.
So these ones are ours.
Mm-hmm.
I know all about them.
You do? What do you know about them?
So these are all of ours, and that is Andrea's.
The one we haven't made yet. Should we put our best effort into the one that's for our friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, because does she take good care of you when she comes over?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Oops, it's sticky. You want to help me?
Yeah.
Okay, put this one over. Put this one over.
And there?
Over there, yeah, that's right. And then put this one over. Good. Okay, and then this one like that. What's the next move? What should we do next?
Then again.
And then again. Okay.
Because look, it braids each part into a braid.
Oh, that one's a little sloppy. That's all right though. Get it on the sheet tray.
And that one's gonna go on that tray.
Yep. Let's squish it. Punch it down.
Punch, 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 punch,
Punch, punch,
punch,
punch.
punch, punch, punch.
There we go.
Now we have to.
I'm sorry I hesitated at the beginning of the video.
No, we have to cut it.
Sometimes I think that it's not my place. And then I think, no, of course it is my place. And I need to say something. And I need to say it loudly. But then I get uncertain. And that uncertainty, you know, I'm struggling with it, and that's my struggle, and I'm not asking for help,
There.
especially not from my communities of color. I'm just trying to forgive myself a little bit for some of that
Yeah.
slowness. Yeah, so I like to roll it first, increase the number of layers, and then make it nice and long. This is a really good rich dough. So in 4 cups of white flour, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons
And
of
then we're
active,
gonna put eggs on them so they can look pretty.
shiny on top, right? We do the egg wash when it comes out.
Yeah.
2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast, a total of 4 tablespoons of honey, and about a tablespoon plus less than a tablespoon of salt. I use kosher salt, and four tablespoons of olive oil.
Is the surprise of their dinner.
4 tablespoons of olive oil. What else did I say? So there's the olive oil, the salt, the honey. Oh, and egg yolks. I used 4 egg yolks. Remember when we did the eggs? What happened when we did the eggs? You remember? What did we find when we were separating the eggs? You remember, Martin?
Yeah.
What happened? Did we get a rotten egg?
Yeah, we found a walking egg and we threw it away.
Yep, I'd already cracked 1 egg and it was so tall and so fresh. And then we cracked the second egg and it was rotten and stinky and yucky and it got mixed in with our good egg. So we had to throw it out, right? Because once there's a bad egg, you got to throw out the whole bunch. Maybe that's a metaphor for the police. I've got dear, beloved friends who are police officers. And I know in my heart that they are good people and they are not the bad apples or the bad eggs. But when there is a bad egg in the bunch that has infiltrated, that has set it up so that it's hard to be a good egg, I think that egg and the rest that have touched it need to be tossed out.
I think they need more sugar.
No, we don't need any more flour, buddy. But what we do need to say is that's how we braid challah. Thank you, but no.
Mommy,
we
but
don't
I
need any
need
more
it.
flour. You need it.
Flour so I can put it on them.
So we'll let this challah, I'm going to put it up on top of the fridge. I'm going to cover it in plastic, and then I'm going to put a towel on top of it, and I'm going to let it sit in a warm place for an hour. And then
Mommy,
I'm going to bake it.
Don't do that.
And then I'm going to bake it, tickling all his work. Don't fall down. You okay?
And that's my making show.
That's his making show. So then I'm going to bake it at 350 for about half hour. I'm going to put an egg wash on top, and today I'm going to put honey and a little bit of olive oil in my egg wash because I want it to be rich and delicious. And then I'm going to sprinkle little bits of salt on top too because there's a lot of sadness and grief in the world, and I want us to be conscious of that. So, thank you for watching us braid challah today, and I appreciate you. My prayers go out to all the first responders, to all the protesters, to all those making their voices heard and those that want to make their voices heard. Do it. I'm taking deep breaths and seeing how I can contribute to the conversation in a positive way, and I wish you all a really peaceful Friday, a marvelous Shabbat Shalom to the whole Kehillah, to the whole community. That includes the whole world in efforts to make Tikun Olam, to heal the world. Come on, rabbis, comment, because I know I screwed some stuff up, but I'm doing my best, and I love you all because love is infinite. Take care. Bye.